streaming box.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. So if it is already set to do that. If you wanted to get an Apple TV, then just sign in your Netflix or Hulu and all that stuff. You could just do that way. But then it does that dual purpose of like, oh, you have a Mac? Oh, here, AirPlay to this thing, and then they can show their stuff. So, got off on a little bit of a tangent there. But that's how you select the sources. But to your point, you tried to hit HDMI jack and you saw it on these two displays, but you didn't see it there. That's a gremlin. That's bizarre because obviously the signal's hitting the system, right?
I figured that.
And if you can see the camera up there, clearly I'm sending HDMI to there. So I immediately don't have a great explanation for that. But in that moment, if you would have called and said, hey, I'm having trouble with this, I probably would have told you power cycle the HDMI matrix switcher, which is, it is labeled.
Well, we can show
Yeah.
this,
I can show you which unit it is. I'd say, what's power cycle that thing? Maybe it's just not
The
convenient.
center screen was frozen.
Well, see, that you might have been misled. Like, it had nothing to do with what you were dealing with. You're talking about that little picture of the camera. Is that what you're talking about?
No, on
This thing was frozen.
Yeah, the center part of it for that TV was frozen, and you couldn't change from microphones.
Oh, weird. Oh, that's really weird.
Yeah,
That even used to be
we
more.
tried to go from a different microphone, and it wouldn't pick up.
Yeah, that's another. I reset some
That's
stuff.
what I thought. It probably just needed to be reset, but we didn't know how to reset
Yeah.
it.
But when that happened, the next morning,
Yeah.
we came in here with Jared. He came and got me so we could use the TV down in the exercise room as a place to broadcast to see the Channel 8 work. And we did, but this was then working.
Yeah.
It's like overnight something had rebooted or who knows
It's
what.
not specifically set to reboot.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe there's a
because
power flicker.
We worked the night before, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden it just was
Yeah, the
not
two of us were
responding.
trying to get it to work.
Yeah, I hope that's a rare thing, but I would say in a situation like that, you aren't going to ruin anything by grabbing the power jack out of the wall, pulling it out, waiting, counting to 5, and plug it back in.
Well, there's-
Nothing's going to break.
Yeah, there was like 4, is there 3 servers in there?
Well, I mean, I can go through and kind of explain what each of them are,
Okay.
but yeah, there's a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
So it might be easier to just yank the whole power for the rack, count to 5, plug it back in, wait a
Plug it
minute,
back
let
in,
everything boot up. Nothing will break if you do that. Everything is just, it'll be back to normal. But that's what I'd suggest, because that is a very odd situation, especially since it came back to life the next day. Seems
It's the
bizarre.
first time it ever happened.
Okay,
Hopefully
we'll
it's
chop
not
that up to a
last.
very oddball situation. But usually, you just turn on the TVs on and off throughout here too. And then, yes, I have off buttons for all of these, but after you're done using the space, you don't actually have to go through and hit off on here. If you went to system off and hit yes, all those TVs are gonna go off. Just an FYI, you don't need to do that extra step if you don't want to. But yeah, and they'll highlight white when they change the signal. So now there, I just put the camera, but camera's highlighted in white, right? So that's the one that's active.
So when it's white, it's on. When it's red,
Well, so it might be hard to see that far away, but they're it just says an outline, it says camera. But if it's selected, it's highlighted white.
Yeah.
But the 3 others look different, so hopefully it's, like, oh, it's the one different one.
I think it's the volume one that I always get
Sure.
confused.
Yeah, so,
The turning the bottom, like the one's
Just
red,
like
the other
the
ones, I never know
so
which
red
one's-
means it's muted.
red is muted.
Yeah, so if you see the red, the thought is it's like an audio mixer. And you press it, it's lit up red. So
Okay.
when it's red, it's muted.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So there's 3 program sources. You have your house music that's playing throughout the building. It's the same music. You can listen to that. Center TV audio, so whatever you want to hear the audio from that's married to a video needs to be set through there. And then Bluetooth. Is that getting used? Do you guys use that? Ah, darn. Okay. It's a Bluetooth device. If you just hold it down, they'll just put it in the pairing mode. The blue.
Sweet.
Can we do that with our microphones?
No. So Bluetooth right now, if you looked for your available Bluetooth devices, I don't know, probably says Chapel or Link Blomsten, something like that. You just pair to it. So that's how you play your own music out of it.
Can I connect my phone via Bluetooth to this?
Absolutely.
So if I have slides on my phone,
It's only for audio.
I'm sorry?
It's only for audio.
Oh, I see.
Only audio.
Got
No
it,
video.
thank you.
Where does that audio play?
Out of the speakers that are installed in here.
Just the chapel or
Just the
whole
chapel.
building?
No, just the chapel. Might get a little crazy if you do that. You certainly could, but I don't know if I would suggest it. Camera, I know there was an email that we talked about maybe changing up a preset. It's too bad that remote walked away. It's easy enough for me to do it from the web interface. It's just reposition it. Okay, that's your new preset. Yeah, so, but you get a little preview screen here, and you know I do have some presets already set, and you'll notice it's a little delayed and sticky. Hey, we have a really cool image on the front of the screen with this.
Question on that.
Yeah.
That one, for what we're doing with this story time stuff, we would like to be able to zoom in on the screen.
Sure.
Just a second, let me finish.
Go for it.
While someone's talking. Sometimes they're at the podium and sometimes they're sitting.
Yeah.
But if they have a slide deck, we'd like to zoom in the camera on the presentation so that people watching on Channel 8 can really see the slides.
Yeah.
The way you have the preset there, you can't really read what's on the slide.
And Mike, I think zoom in is not what we want. We just want it to flip up to the slide.
Just
I think I know what you're saying.
Let me finish.
All right.
If it's like that, I can zoom in so that it shows the screen, fills the TV, if you
Yep.
will. But as soon as I go back to one of the other presets and back, then it's not zoomed in anymore.
So if we update the preset so it's more zoomed in, would that help?
So, yeah, the question is, can you explain to us how to set the preset?
Without a remote control, you need to use a computer. And the remote controls are cheap, sub $50. That way you can just point it at that and it will zoom in and out, it'll move. Do all the up, down, left, right, zoom in and out.
A remote control like
Like for your TV. Like a black box.
a
No, it's
To get it
specific.
from you?
Yeah, I can
Okay,
tell you
yeah,
that.
we'd like
It's
that.
very specific to that brand of camera,
Oh.
but they're not expensive. There's other mechanisms too. There's a physical joystick that it's physical piece of hardware, and you got a joystick to move in and out, and hard buttons to recall presets.
Yeah.
That's more pricey, obviously, because that more bells and whistles. And
Yeah.
usually we only do that if you have multiple cameras.
And you say a computer.
Yes, so for me to update it right now, I plug into the network switch, I go to the IP address of that camera, and I see all the settings for preset configuration. Anything you can think of for the camera is all configurable inside of its web interface.
Okay.
So those are the three ways to do
So you
it.
don't want us to do that.
No,
I
we
prefer not that method. I could show you, but you might get yourself into trouble and call me in a panic. But I'm willing to share that information if you're not afraid of it.
Well, anyway, I think it would be good if we could modify those presets
Easy.
with some convenience.
No problem.
But if we modify a preset, then when we have a band here,
Mhm.
and it's a large group, and we don't want it focused on the screen, is that gonna be a problem?
Well, let's say multiple presets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have a nice one just for the whole.
Yeah,
performance.
there is another preset
Yeah.
for zoom out. There's
Yeah,
three
I
of
think
them.
I put it as
Okay,
alter.
alright.
Well, you can do it manually still, right? With a
Be-
plus minus?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can manually if you look up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's a little delayed, but it's hope that you can at least stay looking like you're not doing this kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it's at least a little preview. But yeah, the plus and the minus zoom in and out, and these arrows move it left. And
Yeah,
right.
my question was, you can zoom in and out on a preset all you want from what we know.
Yep.
But when you jump from one preset to the other in the middle of a presentation,
You've lost what you tweaked
Kind
into
of
place.
clumsy,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying.
But the remote would make it
Yeah,
quicker.
well, the remote would be quicker. I think in yours, I mean, we don't usually just go for that for the control, but for a single camera, for only like kind of toggling two things, the remote's probably adequate. Because again, we're talking about between $100 and $50 for the remote, or close to $1,000 for a joystick. You know, it's like, well, which one do you really want to do? You know.
It might be simpler just to make one preset
Or-
that fits that screen, because
Yeah.
when you go to the other stuff, you can adjust it as you need it. For if you got a group in here, you can adjust it and mess around with it.
Yeah, yeah, and even if you think of one or two more, I could add more buttons. It's just a matter of me putting more buttons on there. And you know, when this first comes to fruition, I think it was probably Scott and I figured out some just basic ones, and then you know, the conversation's never been had again.
Well,
So
for our purposes, if you can, I mean, there were 3 on there. If you
Sure.
can add a 4th one
Yeah.
that fills the screen.
Absolutely.
then
No
that
problem.
would probably be just fine.
great, let's do that.
So you'll add that and we'll.
Yeah, when we're done talking, I'll connect up to the system, and if you're curious, I'll be willing to show you what
Yeah.
it looks like.
And then you'll put us on when we need a remote.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give you. I know you poked around, but I'm just kind of really shocked that it's gone. But I don't know. Did you look up in that thing too? Probably. Darn it. All right, well, grew legs. Okay, camera. Oh, 2 other things worth noting with the camera is up in the upper right. It says cam broadcasting. Right. So my HDMI signal is actively being sent to the building. If you ever had an instance where you needed to use the camera, but you didn't want to broadcast, I think all you have to do is hit that button,
Yes.
and it's not broadcasting.
Yeah.
So that's pretty straightforward. We also did add in the recording. Have you guys been using the recording at all?
Oh, yeah,
Great, it's working?
yeah.
It works,
Awesome.
it works when you work it.
When you remember to hit start?
No,
Oh.
the problem is people have been coming in and somehow turning it on. So you come in here to go and both SD cards are full. And that's why we got some more SD, but you gotta come in here early and make sure,
Sure.
because, you know, twice I've come in here and we saw the sun come up, the sun go down, the sun come up, the sun go down, you know.
Beautiful footage,
you
yeah,
know,
nobody in here.
And not a thing.
Yeah.
So can I ask if is that because someone didn't turn our system off? When
And they didn't hit stop record, yeah.
But
Well,
if
and they
you
were,
turn
well,
system
and I don't know,
off-
but there was nothing on it but the sunrise.
Right, I get,
So
but if we
You know what?
push
So
system off,
yeah, you know
would
what?
that take
Now that
over?
you say that, I should probably double check that system off trigger actually stops
Cause that's
recording.
what I do, I just push system.
I
off.
wonder if
have to
if that's an
stop
oversight.
broadcasting then.
That might be an oversight on my part.
Anyway.
Easy fix from my part. So
But
that's
that's
good.
why we have 4 cars.
Well, I mean,
Because, you know, when I come in here, oops, they're all full, before I can reformat them, we just kick them
yeah,
to
you
it.
just get another one. Well, I'm glad it's working though. It's good to hear that. I hadn't supplied this one yet, so I'm glad it's serving its purpose. But that quirk is good to know. Anything else to discuss about the camera while I'm here? Any thoughts? We talked about adding some stuff and just tweaking it a little bit. And then the last thing here is just system off, right? There's nothing too fancy to that. I already kind of mentioned it. You don't have to turn off the TVs, the system off. Also, we'll just make sure they all get turned off. Mutes all the speakers, mutes all the outputs.
The recording device.
Yes.
And I downloaded the user instructions for it and read through it, trying to figure out how it works. But as I understand it, the SD cards, they still have to be formatted outside of that.
I believe, well, we could double check this, but I think you can format them on there.
Okay,
I
I
think
didn't
you-
see that.
We'll
I've got an
look for
old
the menus.
laptop that's still got
The SD card on it.
slot, you
Yeah.
know, so I've used
Yeah.
it to reformat things.
Yeah,
but-
I think you can. I think you can, but we'll double check that before I leave.
Probably everyone knows this except for me, but do you have to use a microphone in order for people to hear on channel 8?
Yes,
You do?
yes.
Okay.
I mean, there are such things as ambient mics that could be, open all the time. That wasn't a part of the original design. Wouldn't be impossible for us to add it. It would be tricky, but it wouldn't be impossible.
We've had groups come in and they're like, oh, I have my own mic and stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's. because I-
Sure, it helps in here, but not in the broadcast.
Thank
If you have that situation, it might be a little crazy looking, but take the speaker that they're coming out of, that mic that they brought, just put your wireless mic, just put it right in front of the speaker.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Speaking of that, those things,
Yeah,
talk
those.
about that after if you want.
Well, no, I mean, so that did come up. There was a conversation. I checked with the manufacturer. They're out of warranty. They exploded. Unfortunately, you have to buy all new ones.
Yeah, that's what.
So I can certainly quote you all new
Yeah,
ones.
that'd be great.
One thing that I'm learning with these is I've seen this twice now. Even though this handy dandy charging dock is great, I'd almost unplug it once a week. You know,
Okay.
let the batteries, let everything cool down. I don't know. They probably just got overheated, and those honestly are like low-level Android phones that are just pre-configured to only load an app. So they probably weren't high-end to begin with. So I just say, when I give you these new ones, just make sure that you
We don't
unplug it.
overcharge.
Don't leave it plugged in 24/7. Every so often, unplug them.
Okay.
Heck, if you can get a smart switch, you probably don't have to remember, right? If you just like do it every night between midnight and 3 a.m. or something. But yeah, we can certainly do that as well. I can give you a quote for that. Yeah. What else you got?
Microphones.
Microphones. What's up?
Well, the two handheld mics, for the longest time, only one of them worked. And something happened and they now both appear to be working.
Yep.
The lavalier mic,
Mhm.
the same night we had this other issue, it was working, and then when all this, it stopped working. And several times I've come in here and it's not, we turn it on, put the battery, push the button, nothing happens.
Okay.
It's not paired or something's not, how do you reboot the laptop?
Well, so my question then would be, did you check the frequency that's on the transmitter and the receiver, and did they match?
How do you do that?
So you're talking about, is the lob in here right now?
Should be.
Should be in a little folder there. Is it in there?
Yep.
May not have the battery, hopefully the batteries are not in it.
Now,
Probably need to turn it on to
batteries
see
are
the
supposed to be taken
screen.
out, so hopefully they're out.
Smart of you to take them out.
Yeah.
All right. So right after you turn it on, it says G1C30. I know it just dimmed a little bit.
No, I'm just getting my bifocals working.
So it says G, so it's Group 1, Channel 3. And you'll see the same thing on there. It says Group 1, Channel 3. So if that's working, that's the first thing. At least it's wireless is talking to its receiver. And actually, if you watch the meter in the front of that, you can see as I talk into it, a meter goes up and down. So that would be the first thing. If that is good, then the next problem is something down the line with the actual control of the fader inside of my DSP.
Okay,
So double check that.
if they're not the same,
That's a problem. So what you want to do is in this box. They're all. It's interesting. You have three different two manufacturers brand three different lines.
Yeah.
SLXD. There's only one of them in there. You'll see a button that says sync. You press that button, and you'll see a little. I can point this out to you. You want to see it?
yeah.
Button right there says sync. Yeah. And there's a little window here that says IR. So if you push that sync button, I'll just do it just for the heck of it. It's not gonna really do anything. So it says, all right, align it up, and this is IR right there. So all I have to do, success. So now they're the same. So it's not hard. That's there. Anything else you can think of before I connect up and tweak those camera
Yeah,
things?
do you remember at Homes of the Aging Week when nobody could put the movie on? I know we asked everybody for help. Ted, you were in here, you couldn't do it, you couldn't do it, you couldn't do it. Did we ever figure out why we couldn't do it? And eventually we got it?
Put on a movie,
I think it was the HDMI cable that didn't work, because we switched
yeah,
HDMI
that's what it
cables and then we got it to work.
So that was just the problem.
Yeah.
That
So,
had nothing
yeah.
to do with the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, ones that get plugged into wall jacks. Yeah. You'd be lucky if it lasts a year. Yeah, it just happens. You know, you're coiling it up, you're stepping on it, yanking at it. So that's not too surprising to hear. Faulty HDMI. Anybody else? Well, my email's open. I'm happy to answer any questions that come your way.
so you talked about a PC or Apple.
Yes.
So in general, this just behaves better if you plug in a PC.
Yeah, because what Apple's decided to do is if it sees anywhere in the signal chain of your video that a device is HDCP compliant, which is copyright protection, my video output must be copyright compliant. So as it goes through, if it has a problem getting through that copyright conversation, it just doesn't work. So Windows doesn't do that, thankfully.
Yeah, so people that want to use their Mac or their iPad.
Yep. That's why
we really should encourage them to use a PC.
Right, and that's why I suggest that Apple TV, because then you could say, all right, AirPlay. You know, you put it on. I mean, there's some specifics. I don't want to get too in the weeds, but you know, it has to be on the same Wi-Fi network that you're letting your guests connect to, so they can talk over AirPlay. But that's just talking to your network app.
So that's kind of what we do. People bring their Mac computer and we go from HDMI from the computer to the wall.
It might work sometimes.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where like Macs are just so fickle about that sort of things, depending on its operating system, depending on how old it is, depending on the specific cable that's used. Is there an USB-C to HDMI adapter going on? All these things could throw the Mac's video signal off, but some of them, they might work.
Huh.
AirPlay though, that's both Apple products. They're meant to talk to each other. So that's why I suggest that.
What do you mean airplane?
AirPlay is a wireless.
Oh, AirPlay.
Yes, it's
AirPlay.
a wireless communication
Oh, I
for
know.
audio and video, but it's proprietary to Apple products
It's their Bluetooth.
with video. It's just, yeah, put it broadly, but yeah, yes.
So with AirPlay, you could project up to the screen?
Yeah, but only your iPhone. That would be perfect for your iPhone, for your MacBook, for your iPad. Those three things. That's what this solution would do. But also, I know it's come up in the past is like, well, there's not an official streaming device in here, right? So if you wanted to watch a movie, you got to grab someone's laptop, go to Netflix.com, and play it. But if you had that Apple TV in there, you just go to the Netflix app, and away you go. So,
We have-
Then we'll look into getting.
and they're relatively $200.
Okay.
Could be worse.
You have to have a subscription.
Well, for the individual services, right? You got to pay for the monthly Netflix, monthly Hulu. Do you have some for upstairs? Probably already.
We have Netflix and Prime.
You should be able to just sign into those.
And we just sign into our Wi-Fi and then that'll stream, right?
Right, but like I kind of alluded to it, if you connect it to, say, your staff Wi-Fi, if we're going to leverage this AirPlay thing, then that guest that came in, they have to be on the staff Wi-Fi. So we probably don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So whatever that network is, you just want to talk with your IT admin, Scott, and be like, what should we do? Which one should I put it on?
Is it, why couldn't we just have it on the guest? Is it like not as?
It depends. Is your guest network one of those ones where there's no password and you tap it and it goes like accept the terms? Do
I
you
don't
know?
even know if there's accepted term.
Or something, it's called captive portal. If it's one of those captive portal Wi-Fis that doesn't have a password, then that's not gonna work. If it's one where you do supply a password like normal, it should work.
I feel like we have.
Well, I guess, what am I like asking? I can tell you right now what kind of Wi-Fi it is.
Otherwise, I can run up the last day.
Because we do have, I think there is a password.
There's an open public next, called Ling LL Guest, and there's no password.
Okay.
So that one,
Change that to password.
well, it would have to. I'm assuming it's going to
But-
kick open a web page, and
But there's Ling Resident, which
that one might be better.
that has a password.
So
So when I walk out of my room, I'm not on mine, but it's got more bandwidth.
Okay.
I think that would be the smarter one to put it on. I know that's not your default for telling your guest, right? Because you actually have to tell your guests a Wi-Fi password as opposed to the other one. But you know, we're trying to solve problems here. Like if you got to give them a password to get them to show it on there, it's probably not so bad.
And really, that would only be professionals, probably, that would
Anyway.
come in. Yeah, we wouldn't just have it a guest using that anyway.
You could even like maybe leave a little placard up there
Yeah.
too. You know, if you have a Mac, you know, connect with this Wi-Fi.
Okay, so actually to that point though, that would only be for Apple? And
Yes.
we would have to do it the way we're doing it now
For PC.
Rob,
Yes.
would you have a problem if I were to upload this to our YouTube channel?
But not at all. It's a very common thing for
Because
it
then
happens
we'd
to me.
all
You can
have
film it for it.
access to what we're hearing now.
That's fine.
Okay.
You better put the beauty filter though on. Whatever gets rid of the gray, whatever that is.
Oh, not a problem. Great.
No problem at all. Yeah, it's always easier to have a little reference. And I know, like, as much as I think I can explain this in like an email or something, I'll just ramble something out and be like, oh, I wanted to know that. So, no problem at all.
Thank you.
Anything else? Anything? I mean, like I said, my email is always available if you have something. And if something like what you're describing in the moment there, as long as you don't want to abuse it, give me a call. You know, like, we're trying to do an event and I can't get the HDMI up there. Caitlin used to do that. It's all right. You know.
Okay, what's your number?
It's on my signature of the whoever we were. It was you. Yeah. It's on my email signature, and I think we've talked on the phone before too. You might already have it. But yeah, feel free to give me those panic moments of like, this should be working. What am I
We
missing?
would have been calling you.
Maybe a 2-minute conversation with me. I could say, hey, reboot that thing. Let's see what happens, and then we're all working again.
That'd be good, especially for you guys.
So those 3 servers in there are all just for this room?
Well, why don't I scoot this thing out of the way so I can point at some of this stuff. So I'll just kind of run
There are
through
4 servers, they're all just for
a
this.
myriad of things here. This is our matrix switcher. Just an FYI, HD-based T is moving video over a category cable. So, but this is our HDMI matrix. That's where you'll see all the HDMI connected back there. It's our video recorder. Obviously, that was pretty obvious because it wasn't manipulating that. That's just a splitter and an audio embedder to put the microphone's audio onto the HDMI signal to record it and broadcast it. Control processor, that's what's talking to the individual, it's talking to this, and then I can give you the GUI on the touch panel. So that's the brains right there. Network switch is just turned around so it's not ugly facing out. These two, this is my, it's called a DSP, but what's called an audio mixer, right? It's all custom configuration. There's obviously no faders and buttons you touch. Like, I just give you the elements that you need. This gets me more outputs out of the system. That's all that's doing. These control these guys throughout the building. That's what powers those. Powers, that's pretty obvious. Audio amplifiers. These are all audio amplifiers, so all the different zones I got.
Oh, okay.
So, yep, and then, and if you see, some of these might say like disconnected 000, that's okay. They're network-based configurations. It doesn't mean that they're not working.
So if we're gonna plug it, that's,
Yeah, it's fine. It's, if you see those words, don't worry. Some people are like, oh, it says disconnected. Don't worry about that. And this is our device for the hearing assist. That's what sends into there and over the Wi-Fi.
I've hooked up a lot of computer systems and I found that the easiest way to fix stuff is just unplug it, plug it.
Yeah, yep. You Star Trek fan? One of my favorite lines from Next Generation is Riker calls down engineering and he says there's a problem, and Jordy goes, "Did you reseat the primary power couple? Did you turn it on and off again?" It's like, even in the future, did you turn it on and off?
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of it in a nutshell. Got my computer here.
Okay, power program. Got it. Okay. Oh, pumped.
Is this just kind of a Q&A?
Yeah, at this point, you know, if you got a question, feel free to shoot. Otherwise, I'm just gonna update the camera stuff.
Okay.
And assuming you're being, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Mike.
Mike.
Welch.
Yeah. So, Mike, if you wanted to see, you know, just check my preset configuration and.
So you're gonna reconfigure for the close-up?
Yeah, I'm gonna reconfigure that close-up one a little
So
bit.
there'll be one more preset button.
Yeah, I can
on
leave the one
screen.
that there is, and then I'll have another one that's like tight screen or
Yeah.
something.
Okay,
That work?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll get you a quote for a remote and more headphones. Oh, we moved on from that kind of quick. You are aware that you don't need those.
Oh, no, I'm not.
So I'm going to describe it to you, and you're going to be like, yeah, I don't want to do that. But I'll describe it to you anyway. If a person's personal phone, they come in here and they connect to that Wi-Fi router, that one is it says hearing assist. There's no wider internet on it. They can't go to Google. It's just for the hearing assist. If they connect to that thing and open the Williams Sound Wavecast app,
Oh.
they can use their own headphones to hear it.
Williams Sound Wavecast.
Yes. that's
Their own
the app.
Their own hearing aids to hear it, are you saying?
No, it wouldn't be to the hearing aid
Just their
necessarily. It would just
Headphone.
be, you know, like the phone is able to hear it. So if you had headphones plugged into your phone,
Ah.
the audio that's coming out over here is also going
Wonderful.
over your headphones.
Oh, well, that's,
You may want to have some sort of a training for folks who want to do that sometime, just to.
The one thing, the reason I was like, I don't know if you're gonna like this, is because of that lack of internet. A lot of people are gonna connect to that thing and their phone's gonna prompt them and say like, no internet on this network. Do you wanna keep trying or switch to cellular? Or they're gonna be like, well, wait a minute, why the heck can't I do anything else on my phone right now? Which
So when
granted,
they're
they
in
should.
it, they are focused on what's happening.
Right, and that might throw people off because then they also have to remember to disconnect from that one to use their phone like normal again. So it's not a perfect solution, but I thought I'd let you know that it's not rendering it useless in this moment if you really wanted somebody to be able to do it.
like, until we can get.
But they would need to put another app on their phone.
Yep. They would have to install that app.
It's the same thing you're talking about, those would be the phones. that-
They'd be phones. I'm sure they'd be a little different size and form factor,
They
but
just plug a headphone into.
yeah. So you just turn them on and it just loads that Wavecast thing. They unless they really try, it hides all the other stuff.
But so then they don't have to have the app, they don't have to connect and disconnect, they just have.
Yeah. Let me just grab the device, plug in the headphones, and that's it.
Mhm.
Done. So usually works out better.
Okay. But it's good to know, like, even now, we have someone who could use it right now, and
Yeah.
I believe she has a cell phone, so we could, at least till we can get these, would be helpful for her.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be something in the interim, but
And we could just have stuff here to help them
So you understand how to connect this. And you have to have an app to do it on your own phone though, right?
yeah.
Williams Sound Wavecast.
Yeah.
That's the
Wavecast,
app.
yep.
Okay.
And then Jared did show me the Wi-Fi that you connect to, it says hearing assist.
They got a bigger switch.
That would work.
Well,
Where is he
that's-
plugging that in?
Yeah, so we can get those. This is the same idea, but then they aren't using those, right?
Where are you plugging that in, Rob?
The network switch, which you can't see it much from this side, but it's the device on this shelf. You just see a power cable going into it. So it's a standard network switch. It's just the back of it. Doesn't have a lot to see.
Okay.
Hey Rob, I just have a question, so like, you know, you said you can call us and pinch. Okay, so then.
His right answer.
5 minute phone calls.
That's what happens.
If I
As
got-
long as it's not being
Plugged in the.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
okay.
And if I was just having to fix
For
something,
sure,
that's
totally,
a different thing. But
absolutely.
That's also why I mentioned this too, is it's like, it's just something, like, if I can coach you to reboot the right thing and say, oh, it's a hassle,
Yeah,
more than happy to help you do that.
okay, all right, and you'll just communicate with me if we try not to do that at all,
Yeah.
but just.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep, that's
thank you.
perfectly fine.
Thank you, okay.
Not up.
And so they give it a smart switch, so it would turn it on automatically.
She probably had like settings and she was
And now you're going to show us how to program the,
I mean, I could certainly show you what I'm going to do, yeah. I'm just, updating the camera configure. It's gonna take me just a couple steps to
Okay.
get all my information away.
Rob, were you also going to fix the system shut off so that it turns off the roof?
Thank you for reminding me,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Thank you,
I was waiting for you to say that again, and I didn't hear it, so I wanted to make sure.
Yep, no, I definitely wanna do that, cause I don't know if I did, I kinda feel like I didn't
We
think of
don't
that.
need to see more sunrises and stuff.
Yeah, if that can help circumvent that situation.
I think we bought enough HDMI cards.
And then I was gonna see, unless you could teach Sarah, Laura, how to do the baby and everything on the computer.
Yeah, I haven't used it very often, so I don't know if I'm a good teacher for that.
Well, let's see, Rob can do it. I've never, are the step-by-step instructions on that?
There are instructions on the wall, but last time I did it, I think there was, like, we wanted to watch Netflix or something and it wouldn't turn on.
I still have to go look at it. They said there was no sound.
What was the name of that app for here?
Wavecast.
Wave.
I just haven't had time to do it.
Rob, are you slotted here for an hour or what's the?
Ish. I'm honestly not butted up against something like hard and fast, like I gotta
Because
get
if you have
something.
time after this, you could run out.
It's, yeah, that one's a little bit fickle.
Even if you could look at our step-by-step instructions
Sure.
and make sure what we have is.
Yeah.
Because none of us really know how to do it right at this point, so
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure.
Last time
Yeah, I
I
can
did
certainly
it
do that.
right, it
Should
took
I be
like
able
1,000
to
times.
connect to that now?
Oh, you did it right. It
So are
just
you
wasn't
connected to
It's just-
hearing assist
no, it's
Wi-Fi?
just I had to try a whole bunch of different
There should be an
things.
SSID being broadcast that says like hearing assist.
I think you just have patience.
I just loaded it up and.
Oh, yeah, so once you have the app, you have to go into your
Oh,
Wi-Fi.
search by IP?
No, you have to go to your settings for your phone. You have to get out of this app. Swipe it away.
Oh,
Go to
I'm
your
sorry.
Oh, you're on an Android, so I guess.
Yeah.
Go to your Wi-Fi networks. There should be one listed as hearing assist.
Yeah, Jared had it pop up on his.
Hearing assist, okay.
Yep, and like I said, your phone might be like, you sure? There's no internet here.
All right.
And if we have Rob's contact, so if you guys ever need it after hours, we'll have you connect to Jared or like me or Mary, and then we'll help navigate from there.
excellent,
Sound
thank you.
good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks, Rob, bye.
You're welcome.
Alice keeps bugging me. I don't know, if you'll see this one. Is he coming? 2, did you say?
24. So you'd prefer I add in a 5th preset, is what you'd prefer?
Oh,
Or do you-
well, I was thinking there were just 3. Already 4?
There's already 4 right now. I got on the TV, which we could obviously edit. I got one that swings over to the piano. I've got one for the altar, and then a full crowd. So it probably is.
Yeah. Well, what's the TV that you look like? I don't remember seeing that. don't see the three on the panel up here.
This is just the ones that are attached.
Yeah, see,
A little more. I know what you're saying. Yeah. Come on.
I could fiddle with it and then down and whatever. and
Yeah.
You can fiddle around, you can just about fill the screen.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
just barely an angle to it, so you should
Yeah.
be able to fill most of it. Just trying to hit short click so I don't go
Yeah.
past it. And it's delayed because
Yeah.
Go down. We can probably get a little tighter. Go down. There we go.
Yeah, I did it this way one night, but as soon as you go away from it,
Yeah.
you lose it.
So if I just make this the new preset one, which
Yeah.
on your touch panel it's called preset TV.
Mm-hmm.
If I just make that what it is that gonna work?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll set that. Data update successful. So just for fun, we'll recall preset 2 just to make sure it goes back. There's our
Yeah, and then
hand.
when you go to the TV again,
It should be exactly what we just did. Exactly what we just saw. There you go.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a little
Yeah, that was-
faster.
There you
That's
go.
good.
And now it's nice and tight.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I don't even have to update this at all. I just updated the camera to say this is what your preset 1 now
Yeah.
is.
Okay, great.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I was figured somewhere on here you have to hold two buttons to right and whatever.
Yeah,
and
it is-
breathe out of your left nostril and then preset it.
You forgot to stand on one leg. No.
Yeah.
So there we go. So now
Okay.
now that preset is on here now. Yep. Preset TV.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
And if we had a preset alter, from preset alter to preset TV, it would go back to the
Same
alter.
thing. Yep.
Great,
It just recalls a set of coordinates on the motor, so it gets it exactly where we asked it to be.
great.
So.
Yeah.
Here we
The
go.
only other issue is at some point, like when we have a panel, for the story time, we'll have a table or two set up,
Yeah.
and the altar one, needs to pan down.
Do you want? Should we update it, or should we?
The altar one is fine, but if you put a couple of tables out here, you want to. What we're trying to do for the story time is to be able to fairly efficiently
See everyone.
see everyone to the screen back when I'm recording.
Yeah.
To actually stand here and say, I want to zoom in on the screen, do a little production work, It's kind of clumsy with this, but
Yeah, I mean, like we could put more elegant solutions to what you're trying to do here. I mean, obviously it costs money, but the original intent was this was more rudimentary.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're aware of this preset at least, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So that would be,
More or less what you're trying to accomplish.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, let me just make sure that recording stops when someone hits shut system off.
Yeah, that's why
Good.
I just every time I come in here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were asking about
It was when I put them up here, I mean, I just take them out because I've got my old laptop.
Yeah, but I'm just you made me curious. So format media. You scroll down far enough, it does get to format media.
Whatever's in